The Art of Deception. Act 1. The Discovery. The sun hung low on the horizon, casting a warm, golden glow over the picturesque town of Javea. Nestled amidst its cobblestone streets and sun-kissed beaches lay a hidden gem, a serene art gallery known far and wide for its collection of masterpieces and the enigmatic owner who guarded them. The art gallery, a converted 18th-century building, exuded an air of timeless elegance. Its whitewashed walls showcased an eclectic array of paintings, sculptures, and artifacts from around the world. Visitors entered through a wrought iron gate adorned with intricate scrollwork, stepping into a sanctuary of creativity and culture. At the heart of the gallery, beneath a softly illuminated dome, hung the crown jewel, a magnificent painting, the Enigma of Elysium. Its colors danced with life, evoking emotions that words could not capture. Created by a long-lost master, it was a piece of artistry and mystery, valued not only for its beauty but also for the secrets it held. The gallery's owner, Maximilien Delacroix, was a figure of both renown and intrigue. Dressed impeccably in tailored suits and sporting a neatly trimmed beard, he was known for his discerning eye and unwavering commitment to preserving the world's artistic treasures. His reputation as a collector was matched only by the shroud of mystery that surrounded him. One morning, as the town awakened to another day of Mediterranean splendor, Maximilien Delacroix was discovered lifeless beneath the very painting he had cherished. The silence of the gallery was broken only by the soft murmur of the fountain in the courtyard, creating an eerie contrast to the vibrant art that adorned the walls. The valuable masterpiece, the Enigma of Elysium, was missing from its rightful place. Its absence was felt as a void in the gallery's soul, leaving an empty space amidst the other works of art. The town of Javea held its breath, for it was clear that something sinister had transpired within the walls of this sanctuary of culture and creativity. Detective Harvey Jones, a seasoned investigator known for his keen intellect and unyielding determination, arrived at the gallery in response to the urgent call for assistance. He stepped through the wrought iron gate, his leather shoes echoing softly on the marble floor. The scene that awaited him was nothing short of perplexing. The gallery's renowned owner lay sprawled on the polished wooden floor, his eyes fixed in a haunting gaze toward the empty space where the masterpiece once hung. The room bore no signs of struggle, and there were no obvious injuries to Delacroix's person. As Detective Jones approached, he noted the hushed whispers of the gallery's staff, each one seemingly more bewildered than the last. Among them was Anna Diaz, the gallery's curator and a close friend of Maximilien Delacroix. Her eyes were rimmed with sadness and disbelief.
Detective Jones,
Anna greeted with a shaky voice.
I can't believe this has happened. Maximilian was like a father to me.
Harvey nodded in understanding.
I'm truly sorry for your loss, Anna. We need to get to the bottom of this. Can you tell me what happened?
Anna recounted the events of the morning, how she had arrived to find the gallery's entrance unlocked and the lights dimmed, a stark contrast to Delacroix's usual meticulousness. She had discovered his lifeless body beneath the empty frame and immediately called the authorities. Detective Jones examined the scene with a discerning eye, noticing the absence of any signs of forced entry or disturbance. It was as though the painting had vanished into thin air, leaving behind a void that felt almost supernatural.
And the painting?
He asked.
It's not here.
I can see that. What can you tell me about it?
It is one of the finest examples of Spanish art. We don't know the artist. Usually, that would devalue a painting. But the intrigue and speculation about who made the painting it seems to have increased the value of this one. On the open market we would be looking at the best part of 100 million euros.
And on the black market?
Harvey asked.
Still in the tens of millions. People all over the world covet this painting. There have been claims it should be moved to somewhere more prestigious, somewhere more secure. Max had always resisted this, saying he would protect it with his life. I hope that doesn't happen.
The evidence would suggest that may be the case.
Word of the art gallery owner's tragic demise and the enigma of the missing masterpiece had quickly spread beyond the confines of the art gallery in Javea Old Town. Among those who had heard the news was Angelica Boyle, a woman with a passion for art and a reputation for her astute eye and sharp intellect. Angelica had spent her life surrounded by the world of creativity and expression. Her love for art wasn't just a hobby. She saw the photography she did for estate agents in the town as a form of artistic expression. She arrived at the art gallery that afternoon, the sun casting dappled shadows through the wrought iron gate. The air was heavy with the weight of curiosity and intrigue as she entered the gallery, each step echoing softly on the marble floor. Detective Harvey Jones, still meticulously examining the scene, looked up as Angelica approached. Her presence did not go unnoticed, for her reputation as a woman of discernment had preceded her.
Harvey,
Angelica began, her voice carrying a note of genuine interest.
I couldn't resist coming to see this gallery and the case for myself. The art world can be filled with secrets, and sometimes, it takes an artist's eye to uncover them.
Harvey regarded Angelica with a mixture of curiosity and appreciation. He had first-hand experience of her talents and knew that a unique perspective might shed light on the mysteries surrounding Maximilien Delacroix's death and the vanished masterpiece.
You have a point, Angelica.
Harvey replied, his gaze shifting from the empty frame to Angelica's attentive eyes.
This case is unlike any I've encountered. Perhaps your perspective could help us unravel it.
As Angelica and Harvey began to discuss their observations and theories, the gallery's walls seemed to whisper secrets of their own. The missing masterpiece, the enigma of Elysium, had left an indelible mark on the room, a void that begged to be filled with answers. In the heart of the gallery, amidst the artistry and intrigue, a partnership was forged between Angelica Boyle, the woman who saw beyond the canvas, and Detective Harvey Jones, the man determined to uncover the truth. Together, they would embark on a journey into the depths of the art world, where beauty and deception often intertwined, and where the canvas held secrets that only the keenest eyes could unveil. Act 2. Unraveling the Web. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the gallery's opulent interior, Angelica Boyle and Detective Harvey Jones found themselves seated in a dimly lit corner, surrounded by an aura of artistry and intrigue. The gallery, once a haven of serenity, had transformed into a labyrinth of secrets, and they were determined to navigate its intricate passages. Angelica's keen eye for detail and her deep appreciation for art had quickly become evident to Harvey. Her insights were not only invaluable but also refreshing. Together, they had decided to delve into the lives of the gallery's clientele, artists, collectors, and those who had crossed paths with Maximilien Delacroix. Their first stop was an artist's studio nestled within the heart of Javea. Julian Rodriguez, a talented painter known for his vibrant abstract creations, had been a close friend of the late gallery owner. As they arrived at the studio, the scent of oil paints and the vivid colors on the canvas filled the air. Julian greeted them with a somber nod, his eyes revealing a profound sense of loss.
Maximilien was not just a patron, he was a mentor and a friend.
He confessed.
His death is a tragedy for the art world.
Angelica and Detective Jones carefully probed Julian for information about the gallery, its visitors, and any potential motives behind the crime. Julian spoke of Maximilien's dedication to preserving art's authenticity, even at the cost of ruffling feathers in the art world.
The art world can be cutthroat.
Julian mused.
Maximilien's unwavering commitment to authenticity often put him at odds with forgers and collectors seeking to profit from deception.
Their conversation with Julian revealed the undercurrent of rivalry and deceit that permeated the world of art. They knew they had to explore this further, delving into the lives of other artists, collectors, and those who had crossed paths with the enigmatic gallery owner. The pursuit of truth within the art world led Angelica Boyle and Detective Harvey Jones down a labyrinthine path of intrigue and deceit. Their next destination, a hidden atelier on the outskirts of Javea, known only to a select few, a place where the boundaries between genuine artistry and deception blurred like the colors on a painter's palette. As they entered the dimly lit studio, the scent of drying paint mingled with an air of secrecy. The room was cluttered with unfinished canvases, sculptures in various stages of completion, and a collection of art supplies that hinted at both creativity and duplicity. Seated before them was Esteban Ruiz, an artist rumored to possess the uncanny ability to recreate masterpieces with impeccable precision. His reputation as a master forger had cast a shadow over his legitimate talent, and Maximilien Delacroix had been among those who had challenged the authenticity of some of his works. Esteban glanced at the visitors with a mix of apprehension and curiosity. Angelica, ever the observer, took note of the careful arrangement of brushes and pigments, a testament to the artist's meticulous nature. Detective Jones, on the other hand, chose his questions carefully, probing into Esteban's connections within the art world.
My name is Harvey Jones. I'm a detective in the town. Can I ask you a few questions?
No.
Esteban snapped back.
I'm not here about the forgeries.
Then you must be here about the death of Maximilian Delacroix.
Yes.
Esteban nodded at a set of chairs, roughly arranged around a small coffee table. The three of them sat around the table, the only sound the shuffling of the chair legs against the bar concrete. Esteban Ruiz, the artist, leaned in, his eyes brimming with intrigue as he recounted tales of rivalries and vendettas within the art community. He spoke animatedly, his passion evident in his words.
You wouldn't believe the drama that unfolds, Detective Jones. In the art world, authenticity and authorship are often blurred, leading to intense disputes among artists and collectors alike.
Detective Harvey Jones, with his keen investigative instincts, leaned forward, eager to learn more.
It sounds like a world filled with intrigue.
He remarked, his curiosity piqued. Esteban nodded, a knowing smile on his face.
Indeed, Detective. Some collectors are so obsessed with acquiring authentic works that they are willing to pay exorbitant sums for convincing forgeries. It becomes a challenge for experts to discern the genuine from the fake, and that's where things get interesting.
Harvey raised an eyebrow, his interest growing.
And what about the artists themselves?
He inquired.
How far do they go to protect their secrets?
Esteban chuckled softly.
Artists can be quite crafty in their own right.
He replied.
Some go to great lengths to safeguard their techniques and processes, fearing that if their methods were revealed, others could replicate their work.
Harvey leaned back, taking in the parallels between the art world's mysteries and his own investigations.
It's fascinating how the pursuit of art can be as complex as solving a crime.
He mused. Esteban nodded in agreement.
Absolutely, Detective Jones. The art world is a world of secrets and hidden motives, just like any other.
As the conversation unfolded, Angelica couldn't help but notice a half-finished canvas leaning against the wall, a striking resemblance to the missing masterpiece, the Enigma of Elysium. She discreetly gestured to Detective Jones, who took note of the uncanny resemblance.
And this?
Harvey asked, pointing towards the painting.
A little something I've been working on. It's not a forgery. The differences are big enough even for the untrained eye to see. I like to call it an homage to the Enigma.
It's very good.
Angelica added.
No, it's not very good. It is excellent in every way.
Esteban responded.
And I need to get back to it. So, if you wish, please see yourselves out.
And with that, Esteban walked off. Harvey and Angelica exchanged glances and then left. They both wondered if they would be back. Their next day, there was an art auction, a glamorous affair where both artists and collectors mingled in a display of wealth and ambition. Angelica and Harvey arrived dressed in their finest, blending seamlessly into the opulent surroundings of Javea's most prestigious venue for the art world elite. As they mingled with the glitterati, they couldn't help but notice the undercurrent of rivalries and hidden vendettas that simmered beneath the surface. Artists vied for recognition, collectors competed for coveted pieces, and reputations hung in the balance. Angelica observed the subtle exchanges and whispered conversations that hinted at more than just the appreciation of art. She engaged in conversations with artists and collectors, gathering morsels of information that hinted at deeper animosities. Harvey Jones, on the other hand, navigated the social intricacies with the precision of a seasoned investigator. He uncovered whispers of past disputes, allegations of forgeries, and a tangled web of grudges that had festered over time. It was during one such conversation that Angelica learned of a bitter rivalry between two artists, Adriana Marquez and Rafael Gomez. Both were known for their exquisite talent, but their artistic differences had fueled a feud that extended beyond the canvas. The art world had witnessed a public clash between the two, and Maximilian Delacroix had been among those who had championed Adriana's work. But rumors circulated that a valuable contract had recently been awarded to Rafael, adding fuel to their rivalry. As Angelica and Harvey left the art auction, they carried with them a tapestry of rivalries and vendettas that had been woven into the very fabric of the art world. Act 3. The Trail of Clues. In the heart of Javea, where the Mediterranean breeze carried whispers of intrigue, Angelica Boyle and Detective Harvey Jones found themselves facing a new challenge, one that would lead them deeper into the enigmatic world of art and deception. Their pursuit of answers had taken them from the studio of a master forger to the glamorous art auction, but it was within the confines of Maximilien Delacroix's private study that the next piece of the puzzle awaited them. The study, adorned with rare artifacts and a vast library of art history, was a sanctuary for contemplation and introspection. It was here that Maximilien had spent countless hours, his passion for art fueled by a relentless curiosity. Angelica and Harvey meticulously examined the room, scouring shelves and drawers for any clue that might shed light on the gallery owner's secrets. It was when they stumbled upon a collection of handwritten notes that their investigation took an intriguing turn. The notes, seemingly unrelated at first glance, were filled with cryptic phrases and references to famous artworks. Angelica's artists recognized the patterns in the seemingly random scribbles, and Detective Jones' analytical mind began to connect the dots.
These notes aren't just ramblings,
Angelica mused.
they're a trail of clues, Detective. Clues left behind by Maximilien himself.
Together, they pored over the notes, deciphering hidden messages that hinted at a deeper narrative. References to artists, historical events, and obscure symbols began to form a cohesive story, one that pointed to the missing masterpiece, the Enigma of Elysium. As they pieced together the puzzle, they discovered that the painting was more than just a work of art, it held the key to unraveling a mystery that spanned generations. Maximilien's notes hinted at a hidden chamber somewhere in the town. Following the cryptic trail of clues left by Maximilien Delacroix's notes, Angelica Boyle and Detective Harvey Jones delved deeper into the heart of Javea's art world. Their quest led them to an underground art market, a clandestine gathering place for eccentric artists and enigmatic collectors, hidden beneath the bustling streets of the old town. The entrance, concealed behind a nondescript facade, led them down a narrow stairwell into a dimly lit chamber. The air was thick with the scent of oil paint and the murmur of hushed conversations. Eccentric artists adorned in vibrant attire mingled with shadowy collectors, each with their own motives and alibis. Angelica Boyle and Detective Harvey Jones moved through the gathering, their presence unnoticed in the midst of this clandestine community. They encountered artists whose unconventional styles challenged the norms of the art world and collectors whose desire for unique pieces bordered on obsession. Among the crowd, they discovered faces that had crossed paths with Maximilien Delacroix, artists who had sought his patronage and collectors who had vied for his prized acquisitions. Angelica's artists noticed peculiarities in the works on display, subtle references to famous paintings and obscure symbols that mirrored those in Maximilien's notes. It became evident that the underground art market was intimately connected to the gallery owner's quest for truth. As they continued to explore this hidden realm of art, Angelica and Detective Jones encountered individuals with complex motivations, from artists seeking recognition to collectors driven by greed. But it was obvious from the conversations and connections that this wasn't the place of the hidden door. That place was still to be uncovered by the pair. Act 4, The Art of Deception revealed. Angelica Boyle and Detective Harvey Jones had followed the cryptic trail of clues through the underground art market in Javea, encountering a tapestry of eccentric artists and enigmatic collectors. Their relentless pursuit of the missing masterpiece, the Enigma of Elysium, had taken them to unexpected places. As they sifted through the labyrinthine network of the underground art market, they unearthed a connection that sent shivers down their spines. References in Maximilien Delacroix's notes pointed to a mysterious art auction, one that had remained hidden from public view. Their investigation led them to a clandestine gathering of art connoisseurs and collectors, held in a remote villa on the outskirts of Javea. The villa's opulence contrasted sharply with the secrecy that shrouded the event. The attendees, dressed in elegant attire, engaged in whispered conversations about the rarest and most coveted pieces of art. It was here, among the hushed tones and the aura of intrigue, that Angelica and Detective Jones stumbled upon a revelation that would reshape their understanding of the case. A painting, bearing an uncanny resemblance to The Enigma of Elysium, was slated to go up for auction. The authenticity of the artwork and its connection to Maximilien Delacroix raised profound questions. The duo watched in anticipation as the bidding for the painting commenced. The atmosphere was charged with tension, and the stakes were high. As the gavel fell, the artwork was sold for an astronomical sum, and its new owner remained cloaked in secrecy. Questions swirled in their minds. Could this painting be the missing masterpiece, or was it a masterful forgery? What role had Maximilien Delacroix played in this clandestine art world, and had he been a guardian of authenticity or a participant in deception?
Shall we?
Harvey asked.
What? Recover the painting?
Angelica replied.
Yes.
Let's.
As they attempted to leave the villa to retrieve the painting, chaos erupted. The suspects made a desperate dash for the exit, realizing that the consequences of their actions were closing in on them. The fact that there was a detective in the room had quickly made its way around. It was now every man and woman for themselves. And the one thing they wanted was also leaving the room, the painting. Angelica and Harvey gave chase through the winding streets of Javea, the night air heavy with tension. Harvey and Angelica gave chase, following out of the villa and back towards the city, all on foot. It was a 10-minute walk at this pace. Harvey wanted to do two things. Firstly, he wanted to capture the painting. But he also wanted to see where the hidden figure took it. Dressed all in black against the night sky, Harvey was running the risk of losing the villain completely. But that was the risk he had to take in order to connect the owner of the painting to the death of Maximilien Delacroix.
Angelica, let's split up. You follow whoever this is. I have a hunch about something connected to the murder. Stay safe.
Okay, Harvey. I'll call you.
Angelica continued to follow, staying in the shadows when the occasional streetlight might have given away her presence. She was told to follow and observe. But it was never going to happen that way. Angelica has put herself in danger enough times to believe that she would always come out of the other side in a good place. So, she followed and observed until following and observing was no longer going to bring about the best result. Angelica found herself stood in front of the workshop of Esteban Ruiz. And then, against instructions from Harvey Jones, she entered. Angelica Boyle stood alone in the dimly lit room, her eyes fixed on the enigmatic painting that had eluded her for far too long. It had been a relentless pursuit, one that had taken her through the tangled web of the art world's secrets and deceptions.
This is it.
Angelica whispered to herself, her voice filled with a mixture of awe and determination.
The missing painting.
The stolen artwork, once believed lost, had resurfaced in a private collection, hidden beneath layers of Esteban Ruiz's own artistry. It was a clever move, one that had kept it concealed. But now, in this solitary moment, the truth was about to be revealed. As she examined the painting more closely, Angelica noticed something that sent shivers down her spine.
There's something beneath the surface.
She murmured, her fingers gently tracing the faint, eerie outline beneath Esteban's paint strokes. It was Maximilien's blood, a grim reminder of the crime that had set this whole investigation in motion.
This is the evidence I need.
Angelica said to herself, her determination unwavering.
I can link this painting to the crime scene.
Just as she was about to take a closer look, a voice behind her interrupted her discovery.
Impressive, isn't it?
She turned to find Esteban Ruiz standing in the doorway, a sardonic smile on his face. He looked at the painting with a mixture of pride and guilt. Angelica's heart raced as she faced Esteban Ruiz, the forger who had hidden the stolen painting. She knew she had the evidence she needed, but the tension in the room was palpable.
Esteban,
she said firmly.
You've been hiding this painting all along. You knew it was stolen, and you painted over it to cover your tracks.
Esteban's smile faded, replaced by a cold, calculating expression.
Surre kite de detective, Ms. Boyle.
He replied.
But you've underestimated how far I'm willing to go to protect my secrets. I've already killed Maximilien Delacroix and when I've disposed of you, I've be on a planet to South America, never to be seen again.
Before Angelica could react, Esteban lunged forward, knocking the painting from its easel and sending it crashing to the ground. The room was filled with the sound of shattering glass and splintering wood. Angelica's heart pounded as she stepped back, startled by Esteban's sudden aggression. She knew she needed to stay calm and maintain control of the situation. Just as Esteban advanced towards her, a voice behind him broke the tense silence.
Esteban Ruiz, you're under arrest.
Startled, Esteban spun around to see Detective Harvey Jones standing in the doorway, his badge in hand. The forger's face contorted with shock and anger as he realized he had been caught. Angelica felt a wave of relief wash over her as Harvey entered the room. Esteban had underestimated the persistence of the detective and the determination of the law. With bated breath and anticipation, Angelica and Detective Harvey Jones stood before the painting, the Enigma of Elysium, its colors vibrant and its authenticity confirmed. The journey through the art world's twists and turns had led them to this moment, where truth and deception converged on the canvas.